So we are here live at Kansas City Comic-Con. Well, I guess not live because it's just a regular recording, but we're here with Ming Chen from
AMC's Comic Book Men.
Comic Book Men, yeah. I forgot that it was on AMC. I was just going to say Comic Book Men.
Yeah,
I guess
It's Walking Dead and Comic Book Men are the only thing that's ever on the commercials.
It's all right. As I always say, the TV show is great. Being on TV is fun. You know, a lot of people watch you, but more importantly, I'm a podcaster.
Yeah, I really enjoy that. I think the aspect that I enjoy about Comic Book Men is the wrap up bits when you guys are all standing at the table, doing the podcast portion of it is mostly the appeal for me.
Yeah,
but,
it's one of my favorite parts. We're the only show that promotes podcasting. I believe there are a couple other shows who have copied our format now, where we'll do something and then we'll cut back to a podcast table. And we tell Kevin all about what happens because he's not there. He's not at the store all the time.
Lazy.
But we were definitely the first show to promote any form of podcasting within it, and it's one of my favorite parts.
Do you think that stems from the love of podcasting, or do you think it kind of pulls just from the format that Kevin used for most of his other stuff?
I think it's a combination of both. One, we're all podcasters there, so I mean, obviously we want to promote it. But two, it's true to life. It's what we do. If you watch the show, we're depicted in what's supposed to be the basement of the stash with a bunch of cool collectibles around us, and we're at a poker table. And that stems from us starting the Smodcast Podcast Network around a beat-up poker table, which is still in the back of the store, and just launching something that we all love doing. So, and something that we love it so much, we want to promote it. We want everyone to podcast.
So we're gonna have to keep these couches now.
Yeah.
This is gonna be our new staple.
Well, I think our podcast grew out of my old basement, and that couch got destroyed. So, unfortunately,
because podcast is so hard on there that you destroyed the couch. You guys were so good at it.
It wouldn't come out of
apart.
It wouldn't come out of the basement. We had to chainsaw it to get it apart. So
how did it get into the basement? That's
I put it in the hole and then I jumped.
Let go.
It was like a cellar.
Okay.
It was basically a cellar. It was
Interesting.
creepy.
Yeah. For people who watch the show, they're like that. When you do that podcast stuff, like where is it? They think it's at the store. They build a set 2 doors down from the store.
Yeah.
There's a vacant storefront, but it's supposed to mimic how we got our start in our podcast world, around a beat up poker table, with a bunch of collectibles around us.
That's nice though. I mean, it's nice that you have a space that's not dank and smelly and smells of basement.
It smells like beautiful collectibles and comic books in our podcast space.
No, I was going to say one thing that I do think good popular TV show that's also podcast based, Star Talk.
Yes.
On Nat Geo.
Yeah.
They do a fantastic job and have great people on the podcast, and just Neil deGrasse Tyson's got that voice, that radio voice. I love Star Talk's been one of my favorite podcasts for a long time.
But I love the contrast. Neil deGrasse Tyson is Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh yeah,
he's one of the most well-known personalities now. And on the other end, you probably got a couple guys in their basement also doing a podcast. They're on the same footing, I believe.
Yeah.
They are talking about whatever they're passionate about and releasing it just like everybody else. It's accessible to anybody. And Neil, with all his celebrity, probably a little bigger budget, it's relatively on the same playing field.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I love about podcasts. Anyone can start it.
Anyone can do one.
Anyone can do it.
Oh yeah.
So with our podcast, we talk about sexy, nerdy, and sciencey things. But so we'll call you getting the sexy and nerdy down. But we wanted to kind of test out your sciencey knowledge.
Okay, it's been a little while. I did take AP organic chemistry at one point, but that was a long time ago, my friends. So you want to talk chemistry? I was also an AP bio, and
So honestly, we on our podcast panel when we were starting, we asked a question about Pokemon.
Okay.
And we said, do we think that a bee drill is any use for pollination at all? And just the dumbest side trail.
Sure.
Of anything.
What was the conclusion?
We 50-50.
Yeah, we 50. Like the
50-50,
the audience didn't like.
Inconclusive.
Pretty much, because I
mean,
I think
I
it's more
guess-
wasp-like, and wasps
Sure.
do nothing to pollinate.
But they have B in their name.
No,
so.
all they do is annoy people and sting things.
yeah.
And
They're the
yeah,
dicks of the.
they're a bunch of
animal
dicks. They
kingdom.
don't produce honey. They don't produce anything. Yeah, they're the dicks of the I guess the they're not. I guess they're not arachnids, but the insect world.
Yeah, the segmented insects.
Yeah, everyone needs an asshole in their world. In my world, it's Brian Johnson from Comic Book Player.
I love Brian.
I know. It's a litmus test. Either you love Brian or you hate him, and you never really get a lukewarm, in the middle with him. So, which is cool. All the people who hate him like me, which is cool. So I'm fine with that. So definitely a litmus test. There are your guys who are kind and kind of fun in the world. And then you kind of got your bullies and your assholes.
We've got
and
Dale. That's what Dale is for us.
I am not
Are you?
controlled.
You're the
I don't-
Brian Johnson of comic book?
I don't know what you're
Are
talking
you
about.
the Brian Johnson of Sexy Nerd Science?
Yes, most
Nice.
likely.
Okay.
We definitely had a conversation yesterday about how like Dale, you're not a sociopath. You're just an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, that's what
He
it
thought
is.
he lacked empathy, and we came to the conclusion that he doesn't lack empathy. He just is kind of an asshole.
There's nothing wrong with that. That you must bring balance to the force at some point, and you do that. So
We need
So
it.
does Brian. So
Good.
So, do we have a couple questions,
I
Josh?
was going to ask him. So we had Jessica Negri on the podcast
nice.
before, and we asked her some questions. She actually did very well.
Okay.
Now, granted, she had some people in the background feeding her answers.
Oh, okay.
3. Pick number 3, my lord.
But
Right.
we so one of the questions, very first one we
That's
asked,
the way.
what is an ion?
An ion
Yeah.
is a particle that has either positive or negative charge. Correct.
That is correct.
Okay.
Yes. No help needed for that one.
Right, and TIE fighter stands for twin ion engines.
That's
correct?
exactly right, yes.
that has nothing to do with the question.
It,
but
it literally has everything to do with the podcast, though, because we are huge Star Wars
And I
nerds.
believe in to nerd out for a second here, I think the way that the twin ion engine would work is the way, so it's actually stripping ions off of these and propelling them out the back of the craft, and that's what moves it forward.
that's cool. And creating positive and negative ions that repel each other and thus initiates thrust, perhaps. I don't know.
It would be very like an ion engine. Well, in real life, an ion engine would just be very slow because
Right.
it's this tiny little thing.
You need
and
a lot
you're
of
trying
ions.
to move this massive spaceship
Yeah.
through space. You're not going to be zipping around. And TIE fighters are known for their fast
Zippiness.
zippiness. Yeah,
Right.
their evasive maneuvers.
Yeah,
especially
so
over
we
the
live in a
X-Wing.
world where you can create twin ion engines and star destroyers, and then and on Ray's planet you got to fight for portions. They can't just like conjure food out of thin air. So
Yeah.
Jakku, I don't know. This isn't even sciencey at all, but I love this.
No.
I don't know if you've read the Empire's End yet.
I have not.
The couple books. So they talk about what happened to Jakku, because Jakku, was shitty,
Right.
but it wasn't as shitty as what we see in The Force
Okay.
Awakens until the events of Empire's End.
Okay.
So
Okay, it just went to hell after the
did.
rebels got to
the
them.
Hutts left, and that's what actually
Wow.
kind of, yeah. So
So the
Hutt
rebellion
control-
winning wasn't all good for the galaxy.
No, and Jakku actually was like the start of the First Order too. which is
Okay,
crazy.
interesting.
So it's not a spoiler at all. It's
No.
like in the book, on the back cover, you'll see that.
Yeah.
But definitely, if you ever get a chance, The Empire's End,
All right.
Star Wars, great series there.
Nice. All right. Sorry to divert, but dude, Star Wars.
Star Wars.
It's easy to
is-
get down that path.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what the podcast is all about, though. We take one science topic and just move it into nerd,
Yeah.
and keep some people still interested until
Right.
the next science topic, which, what does it mean for something to be basic?
Basic, not base, but basic.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about like basic white chicks.
No.
Like pumpkin
However,
spice
that was the
lattes
same
and
joke
Uggs.
that Jessica had.
That- yeah.
She had a pumpkin spice latte in her hand when we asked.
She was like, me?
I know my basics.
Yeah.
Is what it sounded like.
It's basically have to do with chemistry and pHs and
does have to.
like it's not wait no basic is that like a pH of 7 I believe
Exactly right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Nice. All right, still
So
running.
that's
All right,
2
still
for
got
2.
it.
Man, now I should have written these down still. I deleted them off my notes, and I'm
Yeah. Oh right. You have your
unfortunate
acids and
about that.
bases and
Yep.
perfect pHs and then if you want like hipster water, there's this line of water out there. It's like we have perfect pH. I'm like,
Before we were actually at the store the other day, and I was saying like, oh, that water has stuff in it, like minerals and all
Right.
that.
The
I don't want
video
that.
that's like, before you drink your water, check the pH, and it's got all those waters that are laid out.
Right.
Fuji water.
They were making fun of me.
Yes, and they charge $4 a bottle for it. So we should have gotten to that hipster BS water market way before they did, but we missed out on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But
that's like Smart Water tries to say, but I think Smart Water has one of the worst pHs,
Right.
because they have salt in it.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Yeah, it ain't smart at all. That stuff will burn your stomach, man.
it's the electrolyte. You need the salt in the water. It's not going to hydrate as well.
I guess.
what was the
Gatorade
pun
is-
question? What was the question that had the pun at the end?
What fictional element is Superman weak to?
Well, in canon, it's kryptonite, but what does that have to do with your pun? Though?
Well, and then we also said, if you
Alternative-
didn't get that one, alternative question, what is arguably Three Doors Down's best song?
the pocket full of kryptonite, of course,
It's Kryptonite.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. But there is is it Krypton or Kryptonite is on the
Krypton, yeah.
Krypton
is on
an
the
actual
table
element.
is on the periodic table.
Yep.
believe
KR,
it's a
I believe, is the
noble
symbol.
gas, isn't it? Or-
I don't know.
I thought it was
KR.
noble gas.
Is it KR? Yeah.
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 Why is iron Ng, by the way?
No, it's,
sodium
Fe.
Ng. Why is
Yeah.
iron Fe and why is sodium Ng?
It's Latin.
Latin?
Yeah,
A dead language.
Ferrous.
dead language.
Yeah, ferrous for iron.
Okay.
And then for sodium, it's
I don't know what sodium is.
yeah, it's Na something.
Ning.
I know that. So my
Niken or something.
for silver and gold.
Yes.
It is. Oh man, now I can't.
AGAU.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it's Aurum and Argentum are the names. Like, so it's the Latin name for silver and gold.
Right.
And that's where they got the names from. And then there's a character in one of my favorite books, and she has two silver. She has a silver and a gold like dog, I guess.
Yeah.
And they're both named Aurum and Argentum.
Crazy.
Accordingly, but that's where you get the names there. Lead's Plumbum, which is PL.
Yeah.
Stupid names.
It's crazy.
PB.
You were the chemist. I'm a physicist. I didn't come up with these names.
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
But I think that kind of wraps up what we're trying to get real
Yeah.
quick.
I think, did we have a bonus question? I forgot
Oh,
what
man,
it
for
was.
bonus points,
but
where
I
the-
can't remember.
I guess more back to your area. What's like your favorite comic book?
Oh man, now you're like asking me like,
Right to the point.
yeah, I know what's my favorite. It's like my.
What's your favorite air?
We're
air
asking you to
molecule?
choose which of your children is the favorite right now.
Yeah,
basically.
I grew up reading the Avengers, so I got to
Yeah.
go with anything with a huge, awesome team. I
So
give you,
team-based
yeah,
comics.
Iron Man. Although the regular Avengers are cool, the ones you've seen in the movie, Thor, Hulk, whatever. Even cooler, in my opinion, is a book called the West Coast Avengers, where they were kind of based in New York, where they're like, let's go fight crime and get a mansion out on the West Coast and like go to the beach and we can chill out. And that one's way better. And there's a character of Wonder Man who moonlights as a stuntman on the side, because he's Wonder Man, he's strong,
pretty
and
neat.
I'm like, yeah, and they're just like chilling out on the West Coast and fighting crime out there.
There was
like,
a popular
why not?
one from the West Coast. I can't remember who it was, but I remember reading somewhere that like, oh, this was a West Coast Avenger, but then made his like mainstream debut in like the regular Avengers comics and stuff. I can't remember.
That's a unique
who it
take, though. I never actually thought about that.
Oh yeah,
I heard a statistic one time that all the 90s TV shows were based in New York City.
Yeah.
When you think about that, like Friends
yeah.
and...
Let's go to LA and Stark
Yeah, why
Mansion.
not?
Stark Mansion is in the Pacific Palisades. It's a real. So that's some dude's house.
Yeah, that house that was on the hill.
Yeah. I think
the cliff?
they were celebrating something. Stan Lee was there. They had a party there. Like you could pay whatever $200 and go party at Stark Mansion. I was busy that weekend, but I had friends who were over there. It looked pretty dope. Like
Very
I would.
nice.
It was probably the actual party from Iron Man 2. and
Right.
then with DJ AM hosting.
Yeah, I know,
and stuff.
right?
You could have been in Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
is what you're saying. and you did what else instead?
Slept that night?
I was.
Slept in.
Yeah, I slept in. I was watching Star Wars and eating Fritos. I don't know, but this is my life. That's probably podcasting.
It's a good life to have.
We really appreciate it.
Yes.
Taking the
Absolutely.
time and coming
Thank you
over
very
here
much
and
for
everything.
being
Thank
able
you
to
for
take
making me
time.
feel smart. It's great.
You got
That's-
all of them right too. I mean, you're 4 for 4, man. It's not wasn't super. I wasn't going to be like, what's this stand for in the
Yeah.
equation for time dilation?
Right.
Like,
Right.
I forgot all those.
Only
things.
1/3 of us know that anyway. So
Well, if any of you guys go down, I'll be willing to fill in. I'll pinch hit anytime.
Oh, very nice.
Definitely,
Sure.
keep a card and just keep in contact.
Got it. Yeah, all I need is a barbecue. Just just pay me in
we're
barbecue.
always in for barbecue.
Done.
We tried Jack Stack yesterday. Ended up not wanting to wait, so we went to Smokehouse out.
Beautiful.
Ways
You guys are winning.
Yeah. Oh, and Okie Joe's can't go wrong. So is that your favorite thing about coming to Kansas City?
It's one of them for sure. I like to eat
barbecue.
So I've been to 3 places in the 3 days I've been here, and I'm here today and tomorrow. So I got to hit 2 more places.
Awesome.
Good.
That's the dream. Eat barbecue 5 days in a row.
That's a good life. I eat and I podcast.
That's pretty much
Drink
us.
and I know things.
Pretty
So
much.
Can we do that as a job? Is that
I need to
a...
make that a shirt.
I should.
I
I
eat my
will.
podcast.
Yes, for sure.
Copyright.
you got to have the Tyrion Lannister on there at least.
No,
I'm pretty
we
much
have,
his-
we have him.
I'm pretty much his
Him on
height. I'm
A silhouette that would be
yeah.
fantastic.
I might be a little taller than him, but we're not that far off.
If we
so,
see
yes.
that, we need to get a shout out for sure. Coming up with that idea.
I think
Yeah,
that's
I-
definitely a
And,
Teespring
and I think
idea.
my appetite for women and booze is probably equal to his as well. So
That's a good way to go. There's just that one. I don't think. I mean, Tyrion's kind of leveled off now. He was this kind of playboy, and then his one true love ended up sleeping with his dad, and then
what
Game
the
of
hell,
Thrones.
Yeah.
I love it and I hate it.
It's that mix. Well, you got anything special you're doing today for the Comic-Con?
No, I'll just be here, kissing babies and shaking hands and selling my soul, basically. So,
Well, I mean,
If you need to
What's
get
left
away,
of it
we've got
anyway,
plenty of
right?
room on the
I
couch.
like
here,
this
so-
couch, man. I might come and take a nap on this thing. So
it does futon.
yeah, and
Yeah.
you said
It
Jessica
does
Negri
futon
was on
really
this thing.
well.
I'll sleep
So
well on
these
this
are new
couch.
couches, but the plan is
Only grown men
to
asses.
start getting right now. So this is
okay.
their first con, but I believe it or not, I actually fit both these couches and most of this podcast equipment in a Tesla Model S on my way here.
Beautiful.
But I had no idea. Like these two things could fit in that car. Huge selling point for it. It's practically a truck.
Elon Musk, you're the man.
That's
There you go.
right.
Perfect. Well, we appreciate it. Thank you
Yep.
for
And we
coming
want
in.
to thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely.
I really
Anytime, my
appreciate
friends.
it.
We will see each other again, I'm sure.
Definitely.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.